Hey you guys, it's Corbin, and I'm just going to tell you, ignore the mop, okay? I haven't been able to get it to do anything, and I don't want to put gel in my hair today. So, I'm coming at you with a Yaoi review, and today I'm going to go ahead and talk about one of my other favorites, which is Gakuen Heaven. Now, this is a series where we follow the main character Keita, and Keita goes around to many different of the boys throughout the series, and the way it really comes across is that these are just different pairings that people wanted to see. Now, the mangas and the anime are all based off of a game, and the game is pretty much one of these relationships, you gotta fall in love with someone, pick your perfect mate sort of dating games. And it had a massive following and spin-off. And today I'm going to go ahead and talk about one of my favorite pairings, which is Keita and Nakajima. Alright? Keitan's the cute little brunette, and then Nakajima's the blue hair. Alright, I'm going to read the back of the book. This is rated M for mature, and it's from a publishing company that doesn't exist anymore, which is Blue Publishing. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it. And Welcome to Belle Liberty Boys School, a place where only the best and the hottest get in. As Keita tries to find his own talent that will make him worthy in this school, he must deal with sometimes forceful attractions of Nakajima, the cool student council vice president. As Keita's love for Nakajima blooms, he finds out that something suspicious is going on in the student council. Is Nakajima misusing his influence? Will Keita's lack of trust doom them forever? Gakuen Heaven has never been so heavenly. Now, this one is definitely mature. It is definitely a little harder to acquire. I have seen it on Right Stuff. I've seen it on Amazon. I've seen some copies new. A couple of the other editions are Prime available. And yeah, usually you have to buy them used. I bought this one new. I've had it for about a year and a half now. Now, this one's my favorite of the stories because I like dramatic romance. I like it to where things don't seem exactly 110% cohesive, where there's problems, where it seems very realistic, and I like it where the people are very, very real. Now, Nakajima is very much so a dominant. He is very much so, they have a dominant submissive relationship. Keitan's the sub, and he is constantly treated as such. He's there to appease and make Nakajima happy, and it's a very, very, for me, attractive relationship. There is plenty of sex scenes. I think literally, yep, the first page is a sex scene. I mean, the artwork's very, very beautiful. I applaud Higuri, the author and the artist. Love her stuff. Higuri is very, very good. And yeah, it's a shame Blue doesn't exist because I would love to still be buying these. There are another two that they're in German, French, Swedish, Japanese, and Chinese, and Korean. And I can read French well enough that if I had ordered the next one, which has a pairing of 3 boys in one book with Keita, I probably should have bought it when I had the chance, and I didn't. And I kind of regret it, because the stories are really, really good. This one follows Keita discovering what he believes to be a very covert ops sort of abuse of Nakajima, abusing his powers as vice president of the student council, and doing underhanded dealings with people. But the story works out the way it's supposed to. It has a happy ending where we realize that everything's perfectly fine, and that Nakajima is really working to uncover the actual person who's doing all these horrible things. So, let me go ahead and I'm going to read you a passage from this one, and it's... When I read passages out loud, they tend not to be the most PG-13, so if you are sensitive towards hearing this sort of moans and groans of faking sex noises, I suggest you fast forward probably 10-15 seconds, because it's not long at all. But if you want to hear it, go ahead and listen. I'm sorry. Well, then, from now on, please tell me things. I don't want to. It's a pain in the ass. It's a pain because it's me. Let me go, please. You can't distract me with a kiss. But, Keita. Huh? He touched you without my permission. Worse, you didn't trust me. I've got a punishment for you now. I've got to teach you once again who you belong to. When he touched you, did you get hard? No! Well then, why are you so hard now, when I haven't even touched you yet? That you're doing, Nakajima-san. The way you stare at me. You always take me so forcefully, and my body reacts. Is that my fault? You're saying you didn't want it. You seduced me with those big eyes of yours. I'm only answering your expectations. Those eyes, full of desire. You're cruel. But you like it, right? You're dirty as always, pulsing so hard. You're so wet in my hands it's slippery. You want me to lick it? Good boy. Nakajima-san, you're gonna make me... Now, colorful moment aside, this book is filled with those. It is definitely an 18+. It is definitely a whole story of just rough foreplay, very big questionableness of how all of that lovely sex works out, and it really brings up to question different sort of loves that happen in the world. Keita is a very cute and likable character. He is pretty much every person who feels insecure about themselves. He's very, very relatable. Every other boy that you encounter within the Gakuen Heaven series is literally the perfect boy. They're the expert in what they're supposed to do. It is very obvious that Nakajima, as well as this king, the student council president, are going to become CEOs of big companies or become politicians because of the way they are set up. Every other person you meet a world-famous pro tennis player that's 16. You meet what is he? He's a motocross expert that's won 3 top medals throughout the world. We meet a artist who is world famous and whose artwork is so amazing, it's hard to believe he is just still a teenager. And everybody has these amazing qualities. We meet people who have also been able to hack into the school system, which is impossible, in order to force their way into the enrollment. And they got to stay because no one else has ever been able to do it before. So the school is very, very amazing. Keita actually is just a very normal kid who just happened to have a very abnormal run-in with somebody who had influence to get him into the school and liked him enough in a very romantic way to get him involved in the school. So I would actually give this one a 5 out of 5 because each one of these are individual, complete stories. You like one, you'll like them all. I'll review the other ones later on, but this one by far is my favorite out of the series. If you like more fluffy romance, you'll prefer him paired with either King or, I can't remember the other guy's name, but he ends up being the CEO of the school. And it's very, very good. This one's the most rough out of them all. The other one that has the most suspense is the one with the CEO. King is the one if you like more fluffy romance without very little problems. Like, if you like the jockey boy falling in love with the young, like, little, very cute, pretty boy. So, yeah, I actually do recommend it. If you guys read it or you have more questions about it, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. I'll get back to you. And, yeah, like, favorite, subscribe, share it with your friends. And I hope to do another review for you really soon. I have quite a few to get reviewed and recorded. Alright, you guys. Bye.